We're live.
nightmarish, convoluted labyrinth of systems, but they all come super like obvious to you, right?
No, that's how I live. That's how I play this game every day. It is a nightmarish labyrinth of systems that I don't understand. I still don't know why some of my characters hit 9999 brave, instead of breaking the brave cap to this day, and it's too late to find out.
It's based on what high armor type they have, if they have it.
I know, but
That's the entire answer.
my other armor type should do it for them.
And then with Shinryu, something they didn't mention, but Shinryu adds HP damage reduction as an aura as well.
Great.
Yeah,
Well,
that's where the yeah.
Yeah, I would say in general, like, I feel like a lot of people trying to explain force weapons to people are making it seem complicated when it's not.
Basically, yeah.
Well,
Even explaining the future ones, it's rather simple as well, Raw. Because they do try to like make it stand out. Like they have FRs that give like actual like passives to the party while it's active and whatnot.
How do you make a Twitch link be a link?
What the hell does that question mean?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Look in the Discord.
A stream, a link
It's not a link. It's not a link. Look in the Discord. It's not a link. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not a boomer. I know how the internet works. We're live, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Tree Void, subscribed.
Are you like that?
Oh, you gotta put HTTPS : //
It's actually a //
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Tree Void subscribed. Thank you, Tree Void. 9 months. Wow.
Thank you, Tree Void, and good evening, man. Also, Rod, that little comment reminded me of something stupid that happened a while back.
What happened?
Nah, that I was, I don't know what it was, but like I said colon, and like some guy in voice chat was like, "What's a colon?" And I'm over here like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know what the fuck a colon is." I'm like, okay.
Well, there's two answers. There's two answers to that question. Sorry.
Good evening, everybody just tuning in. Hope everyone had a fantastic Monday.
Coop, we got a good surprise for you. Coop Mello, what's up? MFYK with the follow. 2 months already. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Episode 45. Good lord. You're right. It is episode 45.
Damn, freaking Indo over here. Is it because he has the elude tag, Indo?
But no, elude's the name of his buff.
Yeah, I know it's the name of his buff.
Why does it show up in that thing though?
It.
Well, it also shows up as a searchable thing. Like, I don't get that either.
I don't think it was a search. I think it's just it shows you what effects he has, and then you click on it, and it tells you what it means.
Yeah. So one of his roles is elude.
Yeah, if anything, I expect his freaking the whole UI that's like, or just the whole like UI changes is going to be a lot more confusing than FR.
I don't think it's confusing at all. I think that you're maybe trying to force it to fit a certain box in that it's not supposed to be roles. That's not what it is. It's like, what does he do? It's just traits. What are his traits? Oh, he has a buff called elude. You click on it. Oh, that's what elude does. That's it.
Like even the sword thing gets upgrades, and it's like some Eggy says. Like if you put holy, for example, it's just gonna list like everyone that does holy. So it would list like Theodore, Kuja, Piso, Yuri, Aiko, etc. It's a lot more simplified, basically.
You'll hear Becca screaming.
Nope.
Hey! I'm working in here! I'm working in here! Sorry.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Sorry y'all had to hear that, folks. Sometimes.
Are you?
Sometimes this is what you gotta do. Oh shit, I already forgot something.
What did you forget this time?
Our theme song.
His webcam.
No, my webcam's up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to hell.
Everything's going fine. Oh, a hype train is close. How about this? Let's do a sub goal. If we get a certain number of subs, I'll make a ultimate weapon that chat decides.
What? Why? Why
Fuck
do you
it.
do this to your...
Fuck
oh, yeah,
it.
for like 3
Fuck it,
days because
baby.
you can rebuild it in 3 days.
God, you... Oh, God. All right. I was going to pretend like I didn't know that.
Ah.
Wait, is that in 3 days?
No, it has to be a goal so that you freaking get an ultimate weapon, and then a sub goal to commit to that ultimate weapon. Just 5 out of 5 it.
Well, still, I would have to waste my refund.
Yeah.
Wait, so Maggie wasn't here for last episode? Yes, so Maggie took PTO. And then we were off for a week.
Yep.
I heard about them. The tech difficulties.
Oh, you did miss that show. That show went so good and smooth.
Yeah, I've heard. I'm glad. I'm glad things went so well in my absence.
Were you drinking your coffee like I expressed while you were watching it, Samagi?
I didn't watch it.
Wow. I also beat tier 9 first
Now
try.
I know that's bullshit. Like, come on.
I did.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, with Realm, it's free.
I used Realm, and it was
I
free.
also used Realm.
I did use Realm as well on my second run, because I actually did run it a second time. I was called insane for doing it.
Trevoid, I
It
asked
took a
Trevoid,
while, but
I asked Trevoid for a single fight challenge because I don't have time to run 5 fucking fights consecutively. I got a fucking life to lead. You know, I've got trombone lessons. I've got fucking, you know.
wait, when did your trumpet turn into a trombone?
Trombone, damn.
They're similar. They're both wind instruments.
Like next week it's gonna be like, oh, tuba lessons, you know?
Yeah, they're all wind instruments. Brass. But anyway, he said I could run T9 with the restrictions as my single chat. Come on.
Yeah,
I would
it's a good
rather
idea.
die. I would rather die. I will. I wish I had my camera on right now, but I will rather die than run T9 ever again. The 3 characters that are
Why?
in that, Galuf, Garnet, and Realm will never come out of that. They will never ever touch another trans. I don't care how much power creep we get. They will never come out of that tier.
Well, damn.
Oh
I
shit!
mean, that's like I feel like I wouldn't want to rerun most transcendences anyways. Just I've done it a couple times for fun, but it's annoying.
MFYK got a good point though. I fucked up the right Crucible. I brought way too many. I brought Ramus. I brought Ramus in there.
My right side, I have Laguna, I have Strago, and EX plus 0 out of 3 Barrett.
0 out of 3.
Well, I didn't have the ingots.
Oh my god. What? Hold on. What is our song called? Here we go.
Well, currently in T9 middle, I have Realm, Orin, and Porum in there.
Trevoid's getting a little too big for his britches, but I got time today, so let me go ahead and bury his ass. Raw, you haven't done a single one of my challenges. Why are you lying? Just be honest, bro. Huh. Well, first off, I have. Second off, I didn't even finish your fucking Crucible challenge. Wait, what's it called?
I'm not helping you on this one.
God damn it. Crevasse. I didn't even finish your Crevasse, and I'm still in the top 5 all time for the challenge. I didn't even fucking finish it. Suck me from behind. Let's start the show. 3. Oh, God, I got to turn the music on the game down to play the music from the... This job is a fucking nightmare. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And now it's time to start the show with Bl'Artagnan, Raw Life, and some girl. This is the Lifestream.
Yeah. This is the live stream. A little different episode this week. I want to start off talking to chat. Anyone who tries me today, I'm feeling very violent. The game. Fucking Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on. No one wants to explain it to me, so I'm in an angry mood. That's what I want to say first off. Second off, my camera's back. You can see my mustache grew back, or my beard grew back. So everybody who tuned in for the mustache, I'm sorry. So now that we got that out of the way, the game crashed. I'll see you guys next week. Fuck this. Some girl, welcome back.
What's up? Hi, long time no see, everybody.
The show you missed, everything went great. We didn't need you. We're glad you got to rest and relax. I did approve your PTO, so I hope you enjoyed your time. Did you do anything fun? Did you have a good time?
I was at Disney World.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't know that. You didn't tell us that, did you?
You didn't ask.
Okay. So it's going to be violent. Okay, this is going to be a big drama tonight. Well, did you have fun at least? That sounds fun.
I did, yes. Well,
Good.
actually, it rained and my old phone got ruined, but I got a new phone.
But you got a new phone out of it, so
Yeah.
washed up life in the chat. Give me 1 second. I've got to ban somebody. I told you I'm not fucking playing anymore. We're going into force time. Strong ban. Tree Void YT. Goodbye. Oh God, it worked.
Did you think what happened?
Oh, can you please fix that? Holy shit. We're starting off strong tonight. Holy shit. I do apologize. And I really did not know that would happen. Fuck, I'm so sorry. Game's not working. We banned our biggest fan and my best friend. Blind Eyes here. Blind Eyes. Fuck. Can we check to make sure?
Everybody.
Oh God. Blind Eye. We were off last week. The week before we did T9. How have you been going for 2 weeks?
It's been pretty good. I saw the new the Batman movie yesterday, so that was pretty good.
Did you like it? Honestly.
Honestly, it was whatever. If I'm being honest.
You're 100% right. Game's not gonna work again, so welcome to the fucking live stream, folks. I liked Robert Pattinson's Batman, and I did not like his Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Is that a bother?
It's not a bother for me.
Okay. Well, we got a lot to talk about tonight. There's a new era. There's new weapons. There's new characters. There's new difficulties. But first, we got to talk about the stuff we missed. We got a couple characters, and I want to talk about one of them because I fucking love him, and I don't know how he works in FR because I don't know how FR works. But we got Edge LD, and he's so. I have 5 of 5 ultimate weapon because it's on, but he's so good, and he's so fun. Discuss.
Talking about Edge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. I know there's a couple of shit takes in the community with Edge versus Galuf, but you can't really compare the two. And even if you were comparing them off turns, they're basically the same. Like, the end result is they're both doing at about roughly 8 HP damage, and Edge goes a little bit further beyond with his third dodge. So there really is no comparison, in my opinion. But, I mean, they're both really solid, so why not both in that sense?
Well, no.
Go for it, somebody.
Yeah, go ahead, somebody.
I agree to an extent. I do think, obviously, like, they're different units. The Galuf Edge comparisons kind of... They both dodge and do off-turn damage, but beyond that, they are quite different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think Edge is pretty cool. Like he's got some cool animations. He does like the weird like he's got the edgy weeb talk that he does every time he dodges.
Yeah, and his overhead changes when he dodges. So like his first 2 dodges are like, and they're like okay, but then his third one is fucking badass, right? It's like a phoenix attack. Is it every third dodge? Is that what it is?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's the band attack from the After Years with all the other ninjas that everybody forgot because they're stupid and pointless characters. If anyone played the After Years, if you haven't played the After Years, that attack, Advent of Phoenix, is a group attack with all of his ninja disciples. Which, if you didn't play the After Years, Edge has 4 ninja disciples, and they all team up and do that attack. And for this animation, they just turned into like spheres. Those like 4 fire spheres that are around him are supposed to be the other ninjas.
They're his disciples.
Yes.
I'm a huge...
I don't remember their names because they're like, okay, Mino, that's bullshit.
Mino said they're concubines, which I haven't played the game,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It would make sense.
That's not true at all.
Okay.
They're concubines.
Okay, we got some drama in chat. If somebody can...
Either way, I think he's pretty good. He can pump out quite a bit of off-turn damage, which is obviously off-turn damage is always good in every era. I know people talk about it being better in the Force era. I think it's just as good as it's always been, which is good. I think he's pretty strong. The party-wide evasion is cool, pretty unique. He can definitely get you through a lot of content.
So we don't have to use Rydia anymore, right? Rydia's dead. Thank God. I got Ed...
Wow.
What's wrong?
What did Rydia do to you?
I don't like Rydia.
Why not?
I'm not sure. She's not fun. She's not fun to me. I don't like that she has a whip. I don't like her in her game. And I like Edge more. And I have ultimate weapons for him. I didn't mean to pull Edge or King, but I got them both. So while we talk about Edge and King, I'm going to do the last Lufenia Plus. I'm going to destroy it with the most powerful team. So I don't care. I don't care what you say. The fight that came with Edge was what? It was the CPUs
Intersecting
again?
wills. Yes, the
God,
CPU.
I'm not doing that fight.
The impossible fight.
Community had a lot of trouble with that fight. Like, a lot of trouble. It's the same thing as always. One of them heals, one of them attacks. But this time they heal for like 3 million every time they heal, right?
So it heals. The way the healing orb works is by default it heals the attack node, which is a pretty small heal, very easy to damage through. If that one is dead, it'll heal the big guy for about 2 million. And if the big guy is dead, it heals itself for like 3 million.
Endo's trying to put me on the spot. What's the correct order of killing the CPUs, Raw? Kill them all at the same time. Non-stop. Just all AoE. AoE everything. You don't need to focus anyone down in that fight. Just kill them all
Sure.
at the same time and no issues. That was an intersecting
that is a valid strategy because they do only heal when the heal orb gets a turn. So if you just don't let that happen.
It's actually what I did. I don't remember how, but I did it.
I mean, they were promoting AoE damage, but like it sort of was like a reversal because if you killed the orbs before, the boss would like dispel all your buffs. I think cleanse all of his buffs and respawn the 2 CPUs.
Yeah, it's always done that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You never want the guy in the middle to be the last one alive, otherwise it'll resurrect.
Yo,
Little dudes.
Samegi has a ultimate weapon, blue armor, Saiz.
I used her in the fight that we are talking about at this moment. I think she's really, really good here. Underrated.
5 out of 5 Saiz and blue armor. I have one as well. Saiz is great. I love her.
That's a live stream mascot, officially. That's 3 of 3. Oh, Bl'Art is off this week. Oh God, we forgot about poor Bl'Art. He is.
Wait, speak for yourself. I didn't.
He is taking time with his family, doing the good family thing. So everybody, shout out Bl'Art. He'll be back next week or the week after. Just he'll come and go. He's got stuff going on. But FR, I've heard that he's really excited about that. We'll talk about FR soon, but he's really excited about FR. So he should be back soon. Anything else about that fight? The CPU fight was just.
If
had
you're
it before.
struggling with it, again, just like delay the healing orb or delete its turn or do one of the like 8 million other things that we can do that make it not a problem. And that's the whole fight.
Yeah, that's the whole fight. We've done it before. We literally not that long ago. It feels like a couple months ago, but I guess it was longer than that.
It was about 6 months, six and a half.
months. We just had it. So we got King after Edge, and Edge, our King got a Heretics. This is everyone's favorite content. Do the same
God, I
fights
love Heretics.
over and over and over again. The same fights. It's phenomenal. Chef's kiss. I fucking love Heretics.
And don't forget the 3-wave co-op. Oh my god, it is so fun. You're in there for a very long time.
I have barely started it because it's so bad. But we got a fight. We got a Behemoth who the orb is kind of weird. Have we ever had an orb like this before? Shelk?
Yes,
Yeah.
we've had a harder version of this orb actually.
Shelk?
Yeah.
So for the Shulk's event, the orb had the same condition, recover 2 skills. There, it was only plus 12, and it also ticked down on the boss's turn. This one does not, and it gives you plus 20.
Yeah, it's plus 20, and I believe the limit for the other one was 15 as well.
Correct.
This one, the limit is 20, so you influence it by 20, and it basically just maxes it out.
Yeah, the
Correct.
20 is the max.
Right.
But the reason they did that is because King is very fun also. I got him on accident. I already used him. I pressed a button, but basically his little HP plus. It's a cute kit. He has his HP plus his HP is blue when the fight starts, right? That's unique. Nobody has blue.
He was actually up until his LD, he was the only unit in the game that didn't have any kind of HP plus at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So he had no HP plus, and now he has like the coolest HP plus, which is basically his skill 1 twice, right?
It is literally his skill 1 twice, yes.
Basically, yeah, double bullet.
So how do you get the HP plus to transform? It's already transformed, but
You press his LD.
so he presses LD. He's got 4 uses, and then this becomes double bullet. Double bullet is his skill 1 twice, which is super sick. And then skill 2 is reload, which maxes out his uses, right? Like, or does
Yeah, it
or is
also
finite.
worth
What is
noting. It also
on
refreshes
the-
his AA uses, so you can keep his AA up at all times.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people fail to mention with reload.
He also gets extra turns from breaks. Which
Yes,
is
that has been in
sick.
his kit for a long time. That is not new, actually. He's always gotten free turns on breaks
Wait, he
since
has?
since his
His
EX
EX?
plus or something. Yeah, that was his EX.
MFYK in chat
Okay.
talking about the cool interaction in this fight with Rim and King. Rim giving free skills to King to keep reloading. So if you use Rim here, you can use her free skill on his reload because his reload only has four uses, right?
I mean, I don't see you running out of
That's
reload.
Yeah, that's honestly it's a stretch.
Like 4 reloads, each one gives you 4 uses of the special HP plus any like LD and EX uses. Maybe if you're getting a lot of free turns on breaks and you don't have anyone else with like high turn rates or anything, I don't know.
I can run out of anything. Don't doubt me. I can run out of literally
I know.
anything. But this fight, the only real thing that you have to worry about is the orb. If you bring somebody who can refresh skills, it's not really a problem. I saw some people not understanding the warp. He warps twice, right? And
Correct.
gets 3 turns in a row.
Yes.
Just bring mitigation. Bring Edge. My boy Edge right here. Also, I want to point out King's EX. This EX hits like a truck. This is sick. Watch this. Oh, he's got fucking shield. Well, it's gonna destroy the whole shield.
That is some very good damage.
Yeah, 100k on an EX.
I mean, the shield's at like 700 something K beforehand, so.
Another option for your refreshing Garnet. I always knew this. This was not a surprise to me. Garnet refreshes skills on her LD.
Yeah, that was actually her global first rework.
Yeah, no, in JP when this happened, she had no influence on the orb.
Yeah.
Well, nobody was using her anyway because
that
was LD only, right?
But, I mean, she had just gotten her C90 on Edge's event.
Oh, okay.
She was really strong at the time.
Yeah, the Zidane JP guy, because obviously the global guy was using Garnet a lot.
Who's the Zidane JP guy?
Oh, I forgot the guy's name, but he does like
Keeper of Record.
I believe so.
Oh shit! Another thing to remember is this guy has a HP regen. He's got a bunch of.
That's one of the buffs he gets.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of buffs.
You can dispel them.
You can dispel them. I think I brought Seymour when I did this to dispel them, but I didn't bring him this time, so fuck it.
Seymour was probably good on the CPU fight, right? Because one of them would always be below 50%.
I'm Seymour guy, so I should know that, but I don't think so. Highlighted message in chat from Mino Speljud. Are global players not as creative as JP players? Some girl, you take that.
No thanks.
No, global players are the apex of the community. We keep everything running because we can actually read what the fights do. So that's my answer to that. Does Edge lose any buffs that could make me die in this run on stream? Because that's the only thing I want to make sure that I don't do.
You probably want to have his EX buff up for the thresholds.
He'll be fine. Look at those EX. Look at those uwu 5 out of 5s. Edge is fun. Anything?
Oh yeah, I think Edge is super fun.
What else about this fight? What are the thresholds? 49, 29, right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, the 4 fire orbs there. Those are his ninja disciples.
I was told those were his concubines.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't play the game.
I see.
I didn't play the game. I don't know. I don't think I brought any dispels, and he does this again with the HP regen, and he gets like 4 turns in a row. That's annoying.
Yeah, he also gets a 1 million HP shield, and he has a decent chunk of health, actually.
Look, I do have a dispel call. I'll save that for later.
Science-based call.
Science-based call dispels if it can break.
3 bucks.
Remember, if
First
it's
3
broke,
bucks.
yeah, remember, it's if they're broken or it breaks.
Yes, because I needed it really bad in some fight. I don't remember what it was, but I needed
it. Was the boss rush.
It was
yeah.
boss rush, yeah.
I needed it badly, and they were unbreakable. So that sucked.
You can also just use a lot of frame debuffs, then he just doesn't get the buffs.
I mean, and the buffs aren't really, other than the HP regen is pretty big. It's defense up, HP regen, max brave up, brave regen, a couple other that already fell off, I think, but it's nothing to worry about. They gave us, this is the last Lufenia Plus, right? With what we're about to start talking about, Lufenia Plus goes away entirely?
Correct.
So this is the last Lufenia Plus, and it's nothing to worry about. He's doing his thing.
I think that's funny with units like Edge and Evasion on this fight, is that when it does the warp, you'll just break it after the first turn. It'll only get 1 turn in a row.
Yeah. What team did you bring for this, Samegi?
I brought Seiss, Lise, and Y'shtola.
Lise!
Yeah.
Yeah, Lise. Well, for me, wanted to end it off with a bang raw. So, my team was Jacked, Arciela, and Selfie.
Jack lasted you all the way to Shinryu. Huh.
Pretty much, yeah. Still enjoying my time with him, and I did see him in that slide, so he's getting a little something.
Are you taking him into Shinryu?
He's getting his C90 in like a week and a half.
Yeah, he's getting a C90 soon, so I will be taking him to Shinryu with a 5 out of 5 greatsword.
Phenomenal. I haven't used it on in like 2 months. I'm not sorry.
It's a good thing you have that 5 out of 5 ultimate weapon for him.
No, I used him. I used him on stream in the helicopter fight. Right? What was the helicopter fight? Shulk?
Shulk's Lost Chapter?
Yeah, Shulk's Lost Chapter.
Any closing thoughts on this fight? I'm going to blow it up now. This is the last Lufenia. If you're having problems, just get better. Honestly.
Good advice.
I can't be bothered.
Honestly, what a sad way to end.
I mean, this wasn't like the worst garbage time fight.
It wasn't
bad.
Help. It did nothing but HP attack, so that's...
It did HP attacks at all, so that's, a plus.
Yeah.
Everything I've heard about FR era and Shinryu difficulty, if you've been having trouble, especially on a fight like this, you're in for a huge storm. But there are people out there to help. Join TCC Discord. A lot of good helpers there. If you have a good attitude, nice attitude, they will help you through what's about to come. I know I myself will be needing a lot of help because I have no idea what's about to happen. We got a stream today.
We did.
Squex stream.
Yep.
And they introduced a new weapon tier. I had no idea was coming, called Force Weapons. And Kane's the first one.
Yeah.
What's a force weapon? What do I? Why do I need more weapons?
To do more damage.
Yeah, basically at the end of the day to do more damage. The principle is essentially it calls on another character from another series to do like a cool dual attack.
Excited to watch Raw Wipe here.
I just almost died. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck was that about?
Remember how I said you probably want to have Edge's EX buff up for the thresholds?
Mm-hmm.
Now's a good time since it's up.
You didn't have it up for the threshold. So Edge's EX gives him 2 turns of a buff that lets him evade. Gives the party 100% evasion. But his EX takes more than 2 turns to recharge. So it is not all the time.
I got caught with my pants down. It takes 3.
Yes.
It takes 3 turns to come back. So for when you're using him, you got to be careful that it's up when you're about to take a threshold attack like that, because every 3rd turn it's down. Poto put the TCC Discord link in there. For real, a lot of good, helpful people in there, smart people. People almost as smart as me who will help you if you're struggling in Shinryu. But anyway, force time's coming. Force weapons give you a force attack, right, Blind Eye. But the force gauge has to be filled for you to use it.
Or 80%, yeah. Like if you notice in the showcase, there was like a line on like 3/4 of the way there. Or 3/5 or 4/5 of the way there. Yeah, basically from 80% onward, which that is a global, like a global add-on that JP didn't have at the beginning. You can use your FR ability during that. Is there something you wanted to say, somebody?
I thought it had to be at 100%.
Yeah. What the fuck?
No, it has to be at 80% or higher.
You sure about that?
Yeah. I mean, I can double check it, but I'm pretty sure at 80%. Oh, okay. That's the confusion. All right, I'm sorry. 80%, my bad. 80%, my bad. The force enhancement board upgrades happen. All right, you have to be at 100% to use it. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was like, wait a second, that doesn't sound right.
Okay, so
we'll go into force enhancement boards later, but that was a confusion. My bad.
but once it hits 100%, you can use an FR attack. But you have to have an FR attack. You have to have an FR on your team to go into force.
Okay. Hold up. You don't need to have an FR on your team. If you have a friend unit with an FR, the gauge is active as well.
It's true.
Okay, so if your friend is on the field.
No, if your friend is in the back, like, you know how, like, well, you didn't take a friend unit here, but let's say you took a friend unit. If that friend unit has an FR and it's the only FR on your team, he or the force gauge will be like active on the top right. Obviously, you can't use it until that friend is on the field, but yeah.
Okay, now my next question. When you go into force time after using a forced attack, there's a little gold thing in the top right, and it's HP plus HP damage modifier, and everything you do adds a little, like a 5% or a 10%. Where the fuck does that come from?
So when you use an FR ability, that modifier that you just described, the HP plus.
Right.
Essentially, what that does is it allows everyone on your team during the FR time to break the HP damage limit. So that stat everyone is, like, falling in love with, called HP damage limit. Yeah, that applies it to everyone. Also, yeah.
You know, Ra. I heard someone say that if you're having trouble with this fight, then you should be really worried about the next era that's coming.
I have a question.
Yes.
If moving into the Shinryu, can you just do the Lufenia and not do the Shinryu? Do I have to move? Do I have to move difficulties with the game? I don't even know what happened. Honest to God, I honestly don't know what happened.
I think Edge's EX buff.
Edge's EX buff fell off again.
Yeah, you can just come back to this with FRs. It'll be a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting the first FR tomorrow. I mean, you can just come back here with Kane and
yeah. I'll just wait for Kane to beat this one. Woo! Thank God that Lufenia Plus is over. Am I right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So don't let Edge's. Speaking of Edge, don't let Edge's EX buff fall off, because something bad could happen.
Buffs falling off on this stream.
That's it.
Any question?
That's honestly, that's the last time that will ever happen.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you will never see me wipe on a Lufenia Plus again, unless
that is true.
They're gone, right? So that was it.
Yeah. They're gone.
Well, if nothing else, we stayed fucking constant throughout a whole era. We went into Lufenia Plus wiping without really even knowing how we did it, and we finished it out with the last Lufenia wiping, and I don't know how I did it. So,
I mean, I know, but
consistency.
Yeah. But I've known the entire time.
All right, so I guess I'll go back to explaining because that was a good laugh.
I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's all good. Gemmer 5 like she.
That would have been a real fitting end to the Raw Life gem reviving through the last Lufenia Plus.
Yeah, that would have been a good laugh.
I need my gems for the FR. But anyway, what were you saying, Blind Eye?
All right, so basically that multiplier gives the whole team HP damage limit up. So, that stat everybody likes. Yeah, everybody can get it with just one FR weapon. Each FR ability has 2 conditions that raise that limit, and it's dependent on the character. So Kane, for example, is range damage because he does range damage, and launch for some reason. I know his EX launches, but I wouldn't call him a dedicated launcher. But those are essentially his conditions. You fulfilled both of them. The HP damage limit part during FR time goes up. And that's basically what FR is. And I guess a little brief description of Kane's FR because we're getting him tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, this all starts tomorrow.
Yep, maintenance tonight. Is there anything you wanted to add, Samegi? Oh, no, go ahead, Ron.
No, Samegi, do you have anything to add? Because I only have questions. I have nothing to add. I have nothing but questions.
I guess one thing I would comment is that it's not exactly the same thing as HP damage limit up. In that it's it's like applied after your current damage, like
yeah.
Whatever the damage would have been.
That matters a lot.
Whatever the damage would have been for the dump is multiplied by that gold number, right?
Right. It's just a flat multiplier. It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, like HP damage limit is still desired even after this. Like,
like if you have a character who has a 200,000 HP cap currently versus someone who has 100,000 HP cap currently, they will still be doing twice as much damage.
How does it interact with Max Brave cap? But it's a pure multiplier, and that only lasts for the turns.
For 10 actions.
For 10 actions.
Every FR, as far as I'm aware, is 10. It's base 5, but when you max it out, it's 10.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't max out your force weapon, it is technically 5, but max out your force weapon.
Yes.
Okay, now, what if you burst or summon during force time?
Still counts down.
Huh?
It still counts down, but when it comes to BT characters with FRs, you can use their FR attack in burst, but the FR time will not be active. And if it's already active, nothing really happens. It's just an extra damage button. And when it comes to its damage, it's equivalent to a finish burst. Like it has its own like brave damage cap up and HP damage cap that it respects with its own attack and whatnot.
Well, it sounds to me like the force gauge, it goes up based on like the team taking actions, right? It sounds a lot like a team-wide EX gauge. Is that?
I'd call it more of a team-wide summon phase.
Yeah.
But it's like an EX gauge. It's like a team-wide. Where's my camera? It's like a team-wide EX gauge. That's what the force gauge is.
It's just more like an individual summon phase, you know?
Right. But I'm still confused. I'm still confused because here's my question.
Sure.
If you have a friend on the team who has an FR, you can hit it. You can hit force time. But you have to bring them onto the field and use their FR.
Right.
But you're only going to be able to do that once because their 5 turns are going to be gone.
Correct.
Because normally there's 2. You can activate force time twice, right? Because a force weapon
per character who has a force weapon. You could technically do 6 if you had 3 force characters.
Right.
Yep.
But say you have one who has 2 uses on the FR weapons or FR ability, so you use it twice, right? You use it once when it gets to 100. You work it back. You use that team-wide EX gauge, get it back to 100, and then use it again, right? And you get force time again. So if you bring a friend, you're only going to be able to use force time once, right?
I mean, theoretically, it's possible to do it twice if you have everyone else take a shit ton of actions.
Oh, actually, so a Kane friend would actually probably be able to do it twice. Because Kane...
Depends on the team around them.
It depends on the team, but realistically, like in an optimal setting, you would be able to have it go off twice, yeah. If you have a turn hogger and then an FR charger, you can probably get his FR to go twice, yeah.
Smells good. All right, I understand FR now. It's just, it's that easy.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds you get the 100%. You use the FR attack. You use the FR attack. You get a little gold multiplier to your damage, and the the when you do stuff that character wants you to do, the multiplier
Number
goes
goes up.
higher. What's the
Yeah,
highest it
like-
goes?
999.
Can you realistically get it to 999 within 10 turns?
With characters that are coming out this month, probably not.
Okay. Yeah, this is easy. This is simple.
Eventually, yes.
Okay. Now what
Because
about
power creep happens and numbers get bigger.
the bosses? The bosses have a force gauge and a force attack
They do.
or something. What
They
That is
do.
the new mechanic for the Shinryu difficulty only. Bosses will have a force gauge.
So no orbs.
As the gauge gets higher, they will start to do things. As an example, this fight we're going to be seeing coming up, the bosses have an HP poison that I believe it scales higher, but I'm not sure. I believe it scales with their force gauge in some way. I'm not positive on the details.
That's correct.
But basically, when their gauge gets to 100%, the boss will have a force time of their own, where they will start. Usually, they'll do an attack, and there'll be some detrimental effect to the party while it's active. Like, I mean, the HP poison was an example, but it might be something like you can only hit a certain element during their force time, or else they won't take any damage, or they'll like reduce your brave gains to 0 or something like that.
To my knowledge, with this fight specifically, they actually have deadly debuffs, and I think an insta kill based on your HP at the end of your turn. I believe it's, chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's if your HP falls below 50%, they apply paralysis on that unit. And if your unit goes below 30%, they just insta kill you. Again, chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how this first Shinryu stage worked when it came to pretty much these enemies. And obviously with the
Right.
HP poison on the table, that becomes increasingly hard to manage.
Right, but again, to emphasize, this happens during enemies. The insta kill mechanic happens only during their force time. It's sort of what they're building up to.
Yeah.
They don't get like the scaling HP damage like you do. They get other dangerous effects that you have to deal with.
When it gets to 100%, do they do something wild?
They do.
Yeah, they do an attack.
They do like an attack, but HP damage mitigation and whatnot. It's not like an orb insta kill. Like you can tank through it if your team
You're
is
meant
obviously.
to like deal with it.
Yeah.
I started that fight with nothing on realm. I'm multitasking. I'm doing my my Ultima missions so I can be caught up going into the new era.
Nice.
I'll probably die to this fight because I don't understand what the orb. I don't remember this fight at all. I don't understand what the orb says.
It's do holy and thunder damage.
Yeah, so I brought Ash Call.
+1.
That should be fine.
I mean, they won't last very long, so.
You can put that on like Galuf or Sephiroth, and you should be fine.
Treevoid said when they instant kill you if the enemy is in their FR and they take a turn, not like the 6-word beta where if you ever dip below you get killed. What the fuck does that mean? So if they're
So if you recall, here I can explain this. During the 6 warrior prelude quest that we had, they had an effect where during certain phases, if your HP dropped below whatever threshold, you just died at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Do you remember that happening?
Yeah, it happened to me a lot.
Yes. They have a similar effect, except instead of being at the end of your turn, it'll only happen if they take a turn while your HP is below whatever threshold. So it's slightly less dangerous.
Basically.
I don't understand. Can they go back to 100% after they go to 100% and use their thing? They'll
go back to 0 and start charging it again.
I'm pulling for Kane. I changed my mind. It's just so much. I just fucking died to the last Lufenia plus. You guys really think I'm gonna fucking do this shit without a FR in the first fight?
Yes.
It sounds like a FR doesn't mechanically change or like make any fight like orbs were mechanics you had to respect. This is more like a win faster. It just makes your HP damage more higher. Your HP damage goes up by a large amount, right? That's it.
I mean, doing damage is the most important mechanic in the game.
That's what I always say. That's why I don't press any buttons that don't do damage. I have to use the bathroom. You guys talk about the first fight. Does anybody? Oh my god, I don't. Oh, never mind. I don't have Sephiroth at all. That's why all of his buttons are blue.
Wait, you don't? You've never pulled for Sephiroth, really?
No, I don't. I don't even have it. I have his EX from like years ago, but I don't have his LD.
Well, damn.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So,
Yeah,
I guess from this fight, I mean, it's a tough one, guys. It has 60 million HP. We did get T9, and I mean, we were
but it's
kind
about
of
half the turn count.
yeah.
Like,
And
yes,
also-
E9 had 60 million HP per any, but it also had a 100 turn count.
Yeah, and then they also had shields as well, so it's a little bit less. But I mean, obviously, we're not bound by transcendence. Like we were restricted 24 characters from T1 through 8. And then obviously with here, like we're not strict and anything like that. There's no orb to tie us down, so you can literally just run like anybody.
Strongest
I will-
possible characters.
I will say to get the elephant out of the room, you can do this fight without an FR, but it's going to take a lot of time.
Again, that depends on who you bring, right? Like sure, you could have, even with T9, you could have spent an hour doing it, or if you brought like a really strong team, you could probably get it done in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like when it comes to like FRs, like for the majority of these first few, like if you're not having an F, or if you're not going to pull for an FR and you're waiting for like Cam or Titus, you're going to spend a lot of time just overall on this. Like Samegi said, I mean, you can maybe try like Ramza, Garnet, and a DPS third, and you could probably get it
Or
done
like
in
you're
like
like
20
Titus,
minutes.
Disney, Garnet, or something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm sure if you have a decked out roster, you definitely don't need FRs. Just be aware of the time constraints and whatnot. But you guys should be fine. I believe in you guys. And like Treevoid posted before, this is permanent content. I believe everything coming out this first week and a half is permanent. So you could always come back after your like desired FR and just rerun it with whatever FR you decide on.
I'm pretty sure the only one this entire month that's not permanent is the Titus fight.
Yeah.
If you're a coward, don't come back to content. Do it. Do it first. I changed my mind in the 5 seconds I was gone. I'm not pulling for Kane. I'm gonna beat the first FR without a. I'm gonna beat the first Shinryu without FR.
Okay.
Is there
You probably can pretty easily.
is there any way to make their gauge go down? The enemy FR gauge. How do you make it lower?
So some bosses will have a force weakness where if you hit them with a force attack meeting certain conditions, it will either pause their force time or cancel their force time or something like that, depending on the fight.
Okay. What's the first fight? Does anybody know?
Range damage.
It's use Kane's force ability. It's the only one in the game,
God
Yeah.
bless America.
but it will just completely cancel their force time.
Honshu says, Raul, can you do the fight in next week's stream without FR? Let me tell you guys something. Honshu, thanks for that question. We have a lot of laughs. I just died on the first on the last Lufenia Plus. It's easy as shit. I am genuinely the best player in this fucking game. If you tell me I can't do something, this is why I'm the best player. Okay? And this is dead serious. All jokes aside. I will do it over and over. I will call out of work. And I will do it over and over until I do it. That's what makes me the best. Not doing it first try on the stream. We fail on stream for fun, folks, okay? I don't... First try, I'm the best, blah, blah. That's not the best. The best is perseverance, persistence, failing 100,000 times. So, Honshu, yes, I will say now, you can clip this. Next week on the live stream, I will beat the first... I know everything about Force now, so I can say this with confidence. I will do it without a Force weapon next week. Because it sounds to me... I just learned all this right now. It sounds to me that the only thing it's going to do is make the fight last longer. If you bring a team...
The turn count is 55.
God almighty, Jesus. I didn't say I would meet the turn count. I said I would do the fight.
That's
Okay,
why I'm bringing this up to make sure you can weasel out of this.
I'm not weaseling. The question was,
Raw,
can I do it?
Raw, I'll give you a small window of relief.
Okay.
Zidane was used successfully through this.
No shit. To just delete their turn so they don't do the crazy shit they do?
I mean, they still will do stuff. They have
Yeah,
attacks that will happen.
but basically, I believe if I remember the team, it was Laguna, Porum, and Zidane. But no, there might be a couple more Zidane runs, but
Well,
no, he was used here.
Well, every global run that's creative is a complete ripoff of JP. That's what I was told. So that's
God.
exactly what I'll do. Since we're lowly scum of the community and we don't make any good runs that aren't copied verbatim from a godly JP streamer, let's do that. I'll just find the Zidane Porum fucking Laguna run you're talking about. I've got Green Laguna. I've got Porum. I've got Green Zidane. And I'll just copy it because where's my camera? Because that's all global players do. They just copy JP runs. So look that up for me, Blind Eye. What'd you say? Porum, Laguna,
Zidane.
Yeah, easy money.
Yeah.
I'll just copy that.
One thing I forgot to mention, I guess, while you were doing your business, Raw. Shinryu also has a passive HP damage reduction. I might have covered it, but just in case I didn't, I believe it is 40. Yeah, okay, yeah, it scales with. It's kind of like Lufenia with the reductions. It scales with Air Force gauge, yeah. But basically, like HP damage reduction is also a factor in this, and that's why a lot of people are making a big deal with the Ultima weapons, where if you have one, it makes your life a lot easier in Shinryu.
I have fucking 3 of them, so perfect.
Yeah, so there you go.
I think that's all the questions I have for now. The stream today, they went over a lot of other stuff very specifically. I don't think we have the ability or the drive to do every single little thing. You can look up other content creators for like exactly what how many.
Yeah, like so. I guess that's something I did want to address on the stream is when they introduced the force weapons and stuff on the stream, right? They talked about like high power stones and force stone fragments and all these like crazy sounding currencies and force enhancements and force weapons. And all I really want to say about that is that it sounds complicated, but as with everything else in this game, once you've actually done it and are like get your hands on it, it won't be that bad.
And JP players have survived and they can't even read the fucking game. They don't know their ass from their elbow, and JP players were able to do it. So I have a feeling we'll fucking figure it out, folks. I do want to mention one thing that a lot of people were talking about in the chat, the stream chat, about free to play is dead. Free to play is dead. We're not going to go into the exact specifications, how high you do your force enhancement, but one thing, it takes a whole lot of power stones to max a force weapon, right? So a lot of people in chat were like,
the force weapons aren't the thing people are concerned about. It's the character enhancement points.
Yeah, it's a bottleneck.
They're buffing that first off. We're getting twice as many, even if you're not.
Well, if you they're
only
Mog
you get
Pass
more. You get more without Mog Pass now. I think.
Do you?
Yes, you get.
I don't think that's true.
Let me pull it up to make sure I'm right. Hold on 1 second. I think that they're buffing both. Chat will say before I'm wrong again. Whatever. Fuck you, Tree Boy. I'm so.
It's still like if you don't have a Moogle Pass at all, it is still 5,000 per event.
Yeah, I know this co-op we're getting 30,000 in the co-op shop, but obviously that's just more incentive to do co-op.
Hold on, I'm doing some hacking real quick. Okay, so people are mad about the enhancement points are going to be hard to come by for free players, which is valid, I guess. But
they always happen. That's not a new thing.
They always happen, right? Exactly. And also, I just want to be dramatic and controversial. Fuck off. Spend $5. Get the fucking cheap pass, man. Am I wrong? Is that controversial? if you're worried about it, get a fucking $5 bill and put it on a, Apple Pay card or something, and get the goddamn.
I mean, to be fair, first off, I don't think everyone is going to pull every single FR like in the game. It's just way too much resources.
And there are other resources that will bottleneck
Yeah.
you anyways if you try to do that.
And we as a player base have come so used to maxing everything as soon as it drops. As soon as a new weapon tier drops, you max it. Ultima weapons were like kind of the first. Yeah, you can get one now, but it's not going to be maxed for a long time, and a lot of people were frustrated with that. Well, you're going to be more frustrated soon because you can't, as far as I know, from the know-it-all JP players, you can't. If you go after every force weapon, even if you're a vet, you're not going to be able to max them. Am I out of line here? You're not going to be able to max every force because they come out like LDs, so they come out every week. And if you're going chasing. Kane, Braska, or Kane, Kryl, Braska, Desh, you may not have all 4 of them maxed, right?
I think if you extremely wailed and pulled 4 copies of every force weapon, then you could.
Yeah, but you'd have to have a ridiculous amounts of gems, right?
Or wail very hard, yes.
Basically, yeah.
So the game's not over just because free to play players aren't totally screwed.
And then
they're no more screwed than ever.
And then on top of that, let's say a character that doesn't have their FR gets their force enhancements. Chances are, if they have an interest in getting their force enhancements, they've already put the enhancement points on them already, right? Like Jekt is getting a C90 with Braska. My Jekt obviously clearly has everything, all his character board. So I mean, it's gonna be cheap for me in my case because I mean, obviously Jekt's a favorite.
Well,
it's not cheap, but I still have to invest what was it 8K I believe for force enhancement.
I don't remember the number. I think it's 15 though.
15. Okay.
That's another thing I want to ask. We're not going into the fine, minute details of everything, but we're going to cover the stuff that I legitimately don't know, and that should help you guys out, too. The force enhancement boards, right? It's kind of like, how would I describe it? It's like it's like crystal strength levels, right? That's what it reminds me of.
They use the exact same interface as crystal level.
Yes. It looks like crystal strength.
To you.
Yeah, crystal strength level. But what characters get that? As soon as FR drops, every character can be FR enhanced?
Anytime a character's on a banner.
As soon as FR drops, anybody on the banner, FR or not, gets force enhancement.
Yeah, right. So with this first banner, there will be 2 banners, just like normal, because it's a new BT. And all 6 of them will be getting force enhancement. That is going to be Kane, the Warrior of Light, Mog and Penelope, who are also getting C90, and then I believe it's Prompto and Caius.
Yeah.
So
all of those characters will have.
And something to note that I guess hasn't been mentioned: starting tomorrow, every banner is gonna have LDs and higher. So it's 3 LD. It's 3 LDs, 1 FR, and 1 BT typically on every banner moving forward.
Okay, so the boards, they're called. You guys say they're not boards. Force enhancements.
Not boards.
Force enhancements, whatever. They're exactly like boards because as characters came out, they would go from 3 to 4 because they got their LD boards. So now, as characters are on banners, they'll instead of going from 3 to 4, they're already at 4. They'll go to 4 boards plus force enhancement.
They'll have force enhancement passives available to them.
Okay. Go deeper.
It's functionally very similar to a board, but there has been some speculation about force boards being an actual thing that will come out someday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to be careful about our use of the term.
Okay, so we use force enhancements. So force enhancements, your gauge only charges when force enhancement characters move?
No, that is false.
There is a passive on the force enhancement that will increase the rate that the force gauge will go up.
And what the force enhancement does, Raw, because you're probably thinking, well, what's the point of this? Is it just my Zidane gets 800 attack or something? Every certain threshold, like Samegi mentioned, it does charge the rate at which skills influence the bar. But while the bar is at 80% or above, and obviously when it's active, and this was what confused me, certain skills actually get brave damage limits and even HP damage limits, of course, when the bar is above 80%. So basically, your character gets a little bit stronger. It's not really that notable.
But it makes
It's just
it makes
you do slightly more damage between 80 and 100% on the and during force time.
and
So
it makes the
force
gauge
enhanced
it makes the
character
gauge go up faster, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the big thing that matters.
Okay.
Now you probably mentioned me use the term FR charger a couple times, Raw.
Yeah, Penelo does it, right?
Yeah, so basically
With her force
attacks.
enhancement, yes.
So basically, attacks that have no brave or HP hits attached to them, they get a passive in their force enhancements that makes the gauge go up by an additional 3%.
Oh, I don't press buttons that don't do damage.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to start pressing. I'm kidding. But
I don't have
if
to.
you
Do,
want
I don't have to do shit.
if you want to abuse FR abilities like multiple, this is more or less the correct way to go. But basically, you press the skill and it charges the gauge quicker. Like Samegi says, Penelo's the first one to do it. So Region Waltz and Raw did.
No, it's Raw.
But Haste Rumba and Region Waltz, they're buttons that don't have Penelo do anything to the enemy. So obviously, she's the FR charger.
Yes, it became a popular strategy, at least in the Japanese version of the game during this first month, as a bit of a budget way to be able to use a lot of force time without investing in a bunch of characters, was to have one character who would just spam non-damaging skills to supercharge the gauge a lot faster. You don't have to do that.
Right.
In fact, it's probably a pretty boring way to play the game, but it was a common strategy early on while people were still adjusting to the new difficulty. Characters with non-damaging skills, like you said, Penelo, Kryl, Braska's got one. Ignis was pretty popular.
Yeah.
There were a lot of choices for this, but it's just something you can do. You don't have to do it. It'll just make it easier to get into force time faster.
It's a strat.
It's a strat, yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, essentially all my questions are answered. And if you're in chat and you are still confused, I've heard from multiple people, especially Samegi, once it's on your screen and you're doing it, it's gonna become second nature. You're gonna understand it much more than listening to people try to explain it abstractly over and over. Because me personally, this all sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Well, yeah, my point with that in particular was like, even with if you take what's already in the game, if you tried to explain to someone who's never played this game before how to max an EX weapon, and you have to be like, okay, well, first you need to have, 12 power stones to limit break it. Then you need to have a book of, Ruins Miracle to limit break it. Then you need to have 3 ingots. Then you have to level it up with these orbs. Like, it would sound insane.
It is insane.
But you've done it so many times, you don't even think about it. It's just like, oh, yeah, you just max out a weapon. That's what I was trying to say.
Hands-on experience will always be the best. I'm trying to do one last. What is this one? What's the easiest Ultima weapon? I'm taking Dragoon. Ambition for Providence. What is that?
We didn't even talk about Dragoon when we were talking about King.
Good. He fucking blows ass.
He's actually pretty good. This is a pretty good upgrade.
I would actually say this is a good upgrade, yeah.
Yeah, that's the new hipster thing. Everybody who hated him is now saying he's a monster with C90. Is that true?
He's better.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him.
I mean, I think he's quite good, but for me personally, I don't have a great sword ultimate weapon, so I have much less interest in using him.
Well, we got Jack coming up. You can pay homage to your buddy Blind. Maybe get a great sword.
I don't even have Jack LD.
Wow.
You gotta fix that. When he comes.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, remember Raw last live stream, right? Jack, Zidane, and Golbez for Tina. What a freaking team.
What? Jack Golbez and who? I don't remember.
Zidane, it's supposed to be you, me, and Blar.
A team's got some synergy.
He's got some synergy.
See,
Speaking of Zidane, I'm gonna use him here. This what does these guys do? I forget what these guys did.
doesn't matter because they'll be dead. Like, you're underestimating how little health old Lufenias have compared to our current damage.
You're
output.
overestimating me.
Do I need to look up
Trust
how
me,
much-
Raw. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty sure like Zidane's BT plus and Caius' BT plus would just murder
They'll
this.
just be dead. Yeah, like
Yeah. That's Goose's friend. Shout out Goose. I really could use a FR era in 60 seconds video, but I guess.
all right. Here's the FR in 60 seconds.
All right, go.
You get force weapons. It lets you go into force time, during which you do more damage. To make the amount of damage you do go higher, you have to meet a certain condition that's specific to the character's force weapon that you used. It lasts 10 turns. That's it.
That was so much shorter than 60 seconds.
What else do you want me to say?
I'm an expert now, so you don't have to explain anything to me. Sounds like this is the biggest change ever in the game, though. To be honest with you, is that wrong? Am I wrong there?
I don't know. You've been playing the game longer than I have.
Yeah, this is the biggest change ever. But change is good.
Change is good.
And I'm gonna do it without the FRs. I'm gonna go as long as I can without using an FR. So because I'm a good player.
I would love to say the same, but an FF10 is getting their FR. Two FF10 characters are getting their FR this month, so yeah.
When does Zidane get his FR? That's what I
Not
want to know.
yet. He does not currently have one.
Zidane, yeah. I think FF9 FRs, it's currently only Beatrix, right?
That's no Kucha's got one.
Oh, yeah, Kuja. That's right.
Raw, please try T10 without an FR. Oh my god, the Transcendences are going to be FRs, or Shinryu now. Is T10 particularly hard? Is that one of the
Yes.
hard ones?
Oh,
It's considered extremely difficult, yes.
it is, yeah.
God almighty.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
The hits just keep on coming, man. T9 was hard. For me.
It wasn't that bad.
I don't think it was that bad.
It was that bad. It was tough. So without Lufenia pluses, how are we gonna get a BT token every event? What is the challenge quest becoming? Like how do you do a challenge quest now? To
It's
get a BT
basically going to be the same thing, except with the Lufenia.
Yeah, it's now Lufenia, and there's no challenge quests anymore. How it works now is there's a mission, and that mission essentially has the prerequisites for doing the challenge quest. It'll say complete or clear this Lufenia with 3 synergy characters, and it gives you, I think it was 3 tickets. It might even be 4 tickets, and then like the ingots and whatnot. Or not the ingots, the burst tokens, my bad.
And of course, with access to like force weapons, Lufenia difficulty is going to feel about how Chaos feels right now, which is to say nothing.
Yeah, also something that Josh didn't mention in the stream. Well, he did mention it, but he didn't like it was not really accurate. It looked like he didn't know what to say, but during with FRs, based on the difficulty, the gauge actually gets a head start. He didn't mention the specifics, but for Lufenia, raw, it's 50%. So if you have an FR, the gauge starts at 50%.
Which
The enemy gauge, your gauge,
yours.
Your gauge. The enemy has no.
The enemy doesn't get
FR
one. It has
gauges,
that Shinryu,
except in Shinryu, yeah.
So it'll make your life even easier.
Yeah, basically you can get your FR sooner and just blow it up. I mean, Lufenia is just. I mean,
They
you're
did
doing
confirm that.
you're doing a Lufenia stage right now, so I mean, just look at that.
Yeah, how many boss
the-
mechanics did you see in this fight? How much did you respect the orb?
Well, I'm really, really good at the game. I'm worried about the, the common man, the common folk.
To answer your
That's
question,
very noble of you.
Void, they did confirm we're getting that on launch.
Mhm.
I know it wasn't on launch on the JP side, but we're getting a decent amount of like QOLs ahead of schedule.
Yeah, like getting the see if I remember this correctly. The high power stone that you get for clearing the Shinryu quests.
Yes. I think the
We're
panel
getting that
missions
early.
is also new as well. They didn't have high power stones in the panel missions, especially during the first month. Because
They got those like month two.
I know one of the complaints was how scarce the high power stones were the first month of Shinryu.
Yeah. And I mean, I think what they realized pretty quickly was that if you can't max the weapon, no one's going to pull.
Yeah.
So they gave out more of the materials to max the weapons so that people would pull more because that's how they make money.
Yeah, no, that was a big deal. They gave out like 12 high power stones. I think now they just give out 12 high power stones regularly. It's like at the end of the month and whatnot.
We're also getting like a bunch of we're getting like a whole FR worth of MLB for high power stones for free in the first month, right? Like
Yeah.
on the stream they were showing all the free high power stones we get, and you need 12 total, right? And you're getting 12 through the first, just through the content that they described. So a lot of the fear mongering about power stone shortage and not having enough power stones to max FRs, like the beta version of the game went through growing pains so that we would not have to.
Yes,
they changed.
That's why
and
you play
and
better
I
version.
do want to say, like, just from the details we know, we're getting a lot more high power stones than JP is getting, like, just from this first month alone. Like, the retweets, they didn't have a retweet that gave JP players 8 high power stones.
How do you know if you used your dismantle already this month?
I actually don't know if you can tell.
Yeah,
If you try dismantle, see if it lets you.
Well, it didn't, but you have to take it off the person.
It has to be unequipped, yeah.
Oh, right.
Because I think I did, but I'm afraid. Tree Void asked what I'm going to do with all my cores. I don't know, man. I'm so fucking good at this game, I don't really need ultimate weapons.
Yeah.
Like,
I might dismantle one of mine before this month ends. I'm on the fence about it.
Wait, you get a free one. You should. You absolutely should.
But I don't know which one I want to get rid of. I like all of mine.
Well, you can just build it back if you have to, but at least use your dismantle.
Well, it's only worth dismantling if I'm going to remantle it into something that I want to use.
Remantle.
I didn't do what I was going to do. I didn't take it off. What did I do wrong? Yeah, I'm going to dismantle something every month, even if I end up just building the same thing back.
Because the same thing.
Remantling the thing. Remantling.
Yeah, it's a word. Don't worry about it.
9 guy, by the way. 9 guy. You see who had my spear? Not Freya.
All right, so Ra, now that you've learned all these things about force weapons, what are your poll plans for this first month?
Fucking skip everything. I don't.
The entire month?
I fear no god. I don't think that Shinryu is gonna be hard. I think I'm gonna just put my nose to the grindstone and outmaneuver it with just pure this up here. I do want Kane's BT though. I don't care about his FR, but I want his BT. Because I heard it's really good, and his FR gets power crept quick, but his BT doesn't. So if
that's a fine goal.
If I get an FR, maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't, because I don't need it. Just like, see, look, every time a new weapon tier comes around, I don't even need it because, look, I can dismantle. No, I can't. I already used it. So now we know. No, I'm fucking around. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and see if it looks like. Obviously, people can do Shinryu without an FR. If it looks like, it's gonna take me an hour every time to do a fight, I probably will use an FR. I really don't want to use Kane's. Kane's FR gets power crept like incredibly quickly, right? Someone who knows explain it better. But he came out and then something about his passives were shitty or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, right? Force weapons they give you a number, right? It's all about making that multiplier number go higher. And so power creep is kind of in some ways more direct than a lot of things we've seen before, where in like later force weapons will make the number go bigger than it is possible to do with the earliest ones. And in particular, the numbers for the first cycle of force weapons are pretty underwhelming compared to ones that come later.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the flip side of that is, for these first 3 fights, Kane's FR is pretty damn good.
Yeah, but you could use a friend like Faustus in chat is saying you could use a friend FR. And MFYK is talking about me being Cam guy. Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely pulling on Cam's FR just because I heard it's ridiculously broken and I want to have it in my back pocket if I ever want it. I don't care about Kane, Kryle, or Braska. Luckily, you see me every week, so in a couple of weeks, we'll check back with my answer.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, we'll probably see him with like a Kryle, Kane, and Braska FR
all 3
maxed out. Yeah.
Run all 3 of them together on the 3rd fight.
Shit.
Use all 6 force times.
I don't have the power stones, man. I don't think I can even do it.
Just whale.
Faustus said that they rewatched Black Nero's video. Watch Black Nero on YouTube, Black Cloud. The first 3 Shinryu fights, he did not use his own FR, and they were 25 minutes each.
Didn't.
Okay, if
that
was that common of a strat, then I really
it was very
I'm not
common.
worried about it. If there's a pretty easy strat where you use
use the strongest characters in the game.
Yeah.
Like it's no different from any fight we've done before. If you want to
only
do a lot of damage in low turn count, you bring your Tidus and your Cisne and your Garnet or something.
think the most painful fight that I've ever had to witness I didn't have an FR was Divine Odin. Alfie took no FRs on that, and his team was like, good lord, it was like Y'shtola, Alphanaut, and something else. It was like 50 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, as the HP pools get larger, which they will as this era goes on, it's going to be harder and harder to pull off.
Yeah.
Naturally, I mean.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. What are you guys' plans? Are you guys pulling for Kane? We're about to get out of here shortly, but are you guys pulling for Kane? Everything?
I'm
pulling for Kryle. She's one of my favorites.
I'm gonna take a Kryle and I'm gonna gem Braska, obviously.
Yeah, Braska's best friends with Jack, right? Best buddies.
Hell yeah, and Jack is on the banner too, so you can stock up. I can stock up on some power stones because we definitely need them with FR era.
How many power stones do I have? What's the fastest way to look at it? Enhance something?
Probably. I don't know. I think if you go to the sell screen, it'll show you. That'd be the fastest.
I've got 615.
Damn, that's a lot more than me.
I got 615 power stones. We're all on the outside looking in. If you played JP, obviously you're not. You know, you've seen it. If you follow JP closely, you're not on the outside. But people like me who just have no idea what's coming, I take it a fight at a time. I'm gonna take it a fight at a time. If the first one is just like insanely hard, which from chat it looks like there are a lot of strats for just using a friend Kane, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You can always. This has always been the strat. Do the fight first. Try the fight, especially if you're a newer player and you actually do struggle to clear content right now and you're worried about a new era. Try the fight first. Try the fight. Can't do it. No way you can do it. Okay, then maybe pull. Maybe pull on banner. But that's how I'm going to be taking FR era one at a time. Any closing thoughts? Some girl, you go first. Any closing thoughts? Welcome to the FR era.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We've all been aware of the existence of force weapons for 8 months. because we play the game and are active in the community. We kind of know what's coming, and I've been pretty excited to kind of get my hands on this and try it because it looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I'm excited to see how it plays out, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Blind Eye, closing thoughts?
I am also looking forward to it. I feel like I'm generally prepared, and I mean, my favorite is coming back. What, like 1-2 weeks from now? So that's always exciting. But yeah, just good luck with Shinryu, guys. There's tons of discords and helpful servers to help you out, like TCC and whatnot. So if you need some help, just reach out, and there's wonderful people to help you out. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. I will destroy the first Shinryu with no force weapon, and I probably won't wipe. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week. See you. Actually, adios.